Good morning, pregame crew. It is Friday, December 8th, 2023, 6:20 a.m. Mountain Time, 8:20 a.m. Eastern Time. Good morning. Welcome to the show. We have non-farm payrolls and unemployment numbers in 9 minutes, and it should move the market. Check all your open orders and make sure it's orders that you won't open. All right, we're going to get started here with the show officially in 9 minutes. I get started early because I need to get my brain warmed up. It's just what it is. It's not that cold today here. 33 degrees Fahrenheit is actually pretty warm for this time of year up in Idaho. So, what y'all want to look at? Let's say good morning to my friends and do an audio-visual check. Good morning, Revy. Let's get our engines revved up. Hey, Shake and Bake. Greg, Hector, Anthony, Gino, EB, Dan, Fernando. Hey, Night Truck, Wave, Bennett, Geo Guitar, KCZ, Tess, Diego, Spaceball, Jeff. Thank you, Night Truck. Hey, Awesome. Hey, Paula. How cold is it there, Paula? Ray, Kat, Lusmore, Dollar Tree, Steven, SCR, Tommy, ML Jinky, Mike. Hopefully today won't be a debacle as it was yesterday. If you were here yesterday and you provided emotional support to me, like I'm telling you, y'all all deserved emotional support best yesterday. Dealing with me, I appreciate it. Y'all were so super kind. Hey, Donald, Carl, Ted, Matthew, good morning. Hit that like button. I don't have a soapbox plan, but we know that has never stopped me before. So we'll see how the session goes, and if something comes up, we'll jump up on that box just as quickly as we said we didn't have anything. All right, any chart request? Let's see. Good morning. Yaati Abini. Good morning, Diego. What language is that? It sounds beautiful if I knew how to say it correctly. Since I started trading, I have never looked forward to the weekends like I look forward to Mondays because I love trading that much. Even though I love my family, I love my husband, I love my life, I enjoy trading. But I must tell you today, I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of glad it's Friday. And then with that news, I'm going to start back trading crypto this weekend. I'm a little late. Crypto's been running hard, but you know what? I'm just going to dabble in it. I have some free time this weekend, so I will be trading crypto and posting any setups that I like in our chat room. Good morning. Meta. Hey, 93 Mischief. Today could change your life. Is it a new job, a new baby, or trading? Either way, I hope it's all for the good and that it turns out well. My thoughts are with you. Weekly high or low, the more likely scenario on Meta. Daily, this isn't the best pattern, but when you look at the weekly, you're like, yeah, it's all right. It's okay. We're looking for that weekly high or low. 4 hour could be a bull flag. This thing looks great. Let's see, what was yesterday's low? 317.77. Right there. Let's do a little fib pull. As long as we hold 324, you have a potential 4 hour bull flag. So 324 is your key support going forward. I like it. When I look at Meta and Pinterest and Instagram, which I know Instagram and Meta are the same thing, and I think about all the ads that I get and I consume way more than I should with spending, which 2024 is going to be different. I want to be more of a minimalist. But overall, I just think, man, why aren't these prices higher? Because they just have some amazing businesses. It's just brilliant. Meta looks great. I'm really interested in 93 Mischief. And if your life gets changed for the positive today, I want to know all about it. Damon, it depends on how you look at it. Are the charts about to get ruined by this report? Maybe, but let's just say changed. Yes, changed by the report, most likely yes. Ruined, maybe not. Coin looks decent. Bitcoin is still in a bull flag. Daily high or low, the more likely scenario. Hourly got oversold over here, so let's see if that marks the low. 134.15 is your key hourly support. We're dealing with the Great Wall of Louisiana overhead. We need to clear 138.48. Corey, I hope you're doing okay on CGC, my friend. I know you ask about it every day, and I think you said you're bag holding a bit. I hope it works out well for you. BRKB, I mean, how can you bet against Buffett? Man, this has some low liquidity. Wow. I know it's a $6,200 stock, so you're not going to have a lot of shares traded, but man, that's still low liquidity. It's a beautiful chart. Daily's wonky because the liquidity gaps. Nice tightening pattern on the 4-hour. You're late, Sam. Do 10 laps. Do 10 suicides. On the line. Oh, I hated suicides with basketball. CGC could be a little daily bull flag. We broke over the high of the prior day without follow through. This looks good. We're gapping up. Who knew? Got to hold over 7392. Got to hold over that. HHS information or news considering the classification of marijuana is due any day now, and it can make these names run. So I hope it runs hard for you, Corey. Navajo. Okay, interesting. Very interesting, Diego. Thank you for that education. You're welcome, Sharon. Hey, Fat N. What to expect with payroll? Volatility. My husband, he's so cute. He knows that I don't look at the data, but sometimes he just asks just because, like, what are they expecting today? I have no clue. I don't care. Like, I don't look at it. But I look at it because I have to tell y'all what the numbers are, but it's not important to me. I just trade the charts. Non-farm payroll due in 2.5 minutes, and they're expecting 180,000, an unemployment rate of 3.9. So it's a bad news is good news thing. They would probably, Fed like to see that unemployment rate a little higher, jobs growth slowing. That could be good for the economy. Overall, we're looking a little more bullish than bearish today on our table. Let's go look at ES and get our levels. We had a nice recovery. We had contract rollover last night. We roll over on dates. So we rolled over. A lot of people kind of got shook up by that. If you trade futures, you weren't shook up and you can just do this adjusted, adjust for contract changes. And if you see that where it's not adjusted, you see that big gap. But when you adjust, it smooths it out. This could be a little megaphone, you know, higher high, actually lower high, lower low, higher high, lower low. So we'll see what the market has in store for us. Your key resistance is 46.47, the high of yesterday, then up at 465.875. Key support is the low of overnight so far, 46.30, and then we're looking down at 4,600. So I'm going to go to the 1 minute, and let's see what the payroll brings in the next minute. Any Chinese EV company? Neo. Yeah, they don't look good. XBEV looks terrible. LI looks terrible. They look terrible. Terrible. So, not looking too good. They're gapping down. Gap rules apply. Let's go back in to ES. We have 54 seconds left. Love looks good. A lot of the airlines look great. I'll see if I can get to it in just a second. All right. 30 seconds. Got some volatility. The algos. Remember, algos react first and then the human brains intervene and cooler heads prevail and they decide the information as to whether it's good or bad. But initially, the reaction is typically just computers. I said terrible, as in T-E-R-R-I-B-L-E. That's how my dad says it. It makes us laugh. Terrible. The charts don't look good. They're not as bad as nat gas, but they're pretty bad. All right. Data in 4 seconds. And there's the algos moving. Okay, so 3.7 unemployment rate was down a little bit. Non-farm payrolls up a little bit. We wanted to see that unemployment rate a little higher. Let's see if it trashes the charts or do we have just the bobble and then they get back into the normal swing of things, which has been up to sideways. This could bring about the consolidation the bears have been wanting for a really long time. If you look at this 4-hour chart, we're still super sideways squeezing. We need to break 4,600 for bears to get some traction. We need to break 4,650 for bulls to get some traction. We mark off the high of the reaction, the low of the reaction, of the initial extremes, and then we judge from there if we break higher or lower as to what the continuation could possibly be. We're recovering nicely here after that initial red bar. Let me look at love because you said pretty please, Ryan. It looks great. Daily high or low, the more likely scenario. We have a lot of gaps here. The daily 200 MA is overhead. We're finally getting those bounces. A lot of you messaged me about American Airlines. You heard me talk about that I was looking for long. I did not get that long. I don't care. I have JOMO, joy of missing out. You know, I can't catch them all, and I've had one heck of a year. So I've had a lot of distractions with my swing game, with my family situation. So hopefully next year, distractions are to a minimum and all positive, good, happy things happening. AMD pullback or more blue skies. I don't think AMD is blue skies, is it? No, it's not blue skies. It's 52-week. It's not even at 52-week highs, 132.83. But AMD launched a new chip, and man, the market said, we like it. We like it a lot. So we're coming back inside yesterday's range. I was hoping for a gap up because then we know what to do. If the gap up holds, we come back, we hold the high of yesterday as support. That becomes a long signal. But right now we're back inside yesterday's range. I'd keep AMD on back burner watch. You love JOMO? Me too. You know, so I guess I will start off with a soapbox. Well, let me introduce myself. My name is Lori, pronounced with the Ori. If you want to give me a follow on Twitter at ChartGalLori, that would be lovely. You can check us out at chartguys.com. What we do is teach technical analysis. What I do here every morning is I go over the econ calendar. The big stuff is now out of the way for today, but next week we have CPI, PPI, and we have a Fed interest rate decision next week, right before Christmas. Fun. I show you this table where it shows you objectively more so where I'm leaning versus not leaning. So I'm looking still more bullish than bearish. Of course, this reaction will tell us a lot. All right. So my little soapbox moment is I just went over that I missed the AAL swing. You know, when we have people ask us about what are we swinging, like what's our swing portfolio look like, we get that question a lot. Remember, people have different personal situations going on. You know, I have personal situation going on with my parents' home. I mean, we all have things that require capital in other areas of our life. So focusing on stock swings or ETF swings may not be the focus of our personal life. It doesn't mean that I didn't think AAL was the best swing out there. I thought it was a really good setup for a mean reversion. But my personal situation right now is different than it is most of the time. So just remember when you ask someone what they have in their portfolio, there's always a lot of variables beyond just that portfolio that they have going on. So just remember that. Okay, we're losing a support here. 15-minute. Come on, are we oversold yet? Come on, RSI, populate. Yep, we're oversold on this 15-minute. We're not oversold on the hourly. How we respond to this 15-minute oversold will be telling, which we had an oversold situation here earlier this morning at 5 a.m. So we'll need to let this shake out a little bit and let the humans step in and see what they're going to do with this data. Is this a time for consolidation or do we go higher? Odds favor higher because if you look at the prior trend, it's up. But healthy consolidation is always part of the game and that are part of the market and that may be happening here. All right, so we have an hourly downtrend on NQ. We have an hourly downtrend on ES, hourly downtrend on RTY, and hourly downtrend on YM. Notable, YM broke the low of yesterday already. Only by $6, but I would say that's still notable. Let's see if we can hold it as a double bottom for now, but YM is definitely the weakest of the Fab Four. VIX. Don't see a lot of fear entering the market yet. Okay, VIX. That's odd. Dollar looks spiffy, which you would anticipate on that data. Let's see. We did break 104.233 by 3 pennies. Let's see if bears can hold it as a double top and push it back down. If not, this dollar strength could continue to be a headwind for market indices. All right, let's look at gold. I don't wish that we had an oversold at 5 a.m. We did have an oversold at 5 a.m. I was looking here and I was thinking, man, I wish this was the first 15-minute oversold here. But we've already had one at 1 a.m. and one at 5 a.m. So now this one's different. When you've had multiple 15-minute oversold conditions, it's not special anymore. It doesn't give you new information. So what I meant was I wish this was the first oversold. It would give me more information as to what the market is thinking and doing. But this is the third one since midnight. So this doesn't tell me a lot. But it would tell me a lot if we just go ahead and recover this move. And it looks like bulls are fighting to do that. So sorry if that I said that in any type of different way. Yeah, Apple looks really good. It sure does. All right, back to gold. Dollar is moving and grooving, and that means that gold is taking a breather now. Gold really shot its shot Sunday on a big old gap up and gave it all back. And this 12-hour bear flag, or daily bear flag, if you will, could be breaking bear. If we lose 2027, that is a daily bear flag confirmed on gold. This week didn't turn out how bulls had hoped. All right, now I want you to please listen to my words carefully because I don't want to mislead you in any way as to what oil is doing. Oil is weak, period. Oil is weak. Monthly scenario, the higher low is the more likely scenario. We grazed oversold yesterday and we're hitting this trend line very clearly. It doesn't take a master's degree in trend line drawing to see that this is a legit trend line. And it bounced from this area yesterday. So monthly higher low, the more likely scenario, daily got oversold and we're hitting a very clear trend line. And that's giving us a bounce on oil. So with that bounce on oil, that puts Occidental, and Exxon on my Queen of the Mountain list as potential longs. Now, this is mean reversion. This is me trying to not nail the bottom, but come in as close to the bottom as possible. And I have monthly supports on those two charts. So remember this oil commentary when we get to Oxy and Exxon. You're welcome. All right. Let me drink a little sip. If you feel like your trading is out of control, one thing I would suggest that you do is stop swinging overnight and only day trade, because you leave yourself open to so many variables overnight. And if you continue to wake up to red account every morning on your overnight holds, then you're not reading it right. Possibly you're disjointed or disconnected from the market. Maybe it's time to take a break on those overnight holds until you can get more control of your account. All right, so nat gas is weak. That was easy. I hit the easy button on that one. Okay, Apple looks good. No major issues. We are approaching the low of yesterday. We had that weekly bull flag that confirmed, but bulls don't want that to be a look above and fail. So yesterday's low, 193.59. We want to hold that going into open. And yes, Apple has been the strongest. Amazon, we're holding yesterday's low now. Amazon's getting really tight. Where is my little rectangle? There it is. I want you to look at the squeeze we have on Amazon on the 4-hour. We have potential for some fireworks with Amazon if it could break over yesterday's high. So maybe a bottom fish of yesterday's low is in order on Amazon, looking to position for this potential leg higher. We're right here at 50 RSI support. We need to hold the low of yesterday. Market's having a very nice recovery right now. So I like Amazon for a potential long. It's been going sideways for, let's see, for 2 weeks since Thanksgiving, 2.5 weeks. NVIDIA. What do I have in my notes on NVIDIA? My notes are off screen. I'll copy and paste those for TCG members when I am done. Okay, last time I looked at it, we had a slight gap up. That is over now. There was some news that it's posted in the news channel, by the way, if you want to see what that is. But this looks pretty good. We're closer to the high of yesterday than the low. I like NVIDIA to the long side. It's stronger than most. Our semis are holding up better. Tesla. We have a 4-hour squeeze here on Tesla. We've been going sideways for a while. We've held the daily 50 EMA, the weekly lower high. Maybe it's set, maybe it's not. We just don't know. It has been in no man's land, but I would look for a potential break. If it were to break out of the range, and so yesterday, let me say this a little more clearly. We had a daily inside bar on Wednesday. Yesterday, we broke the low and recovered right back into it. So I would like to see a break of yesterday's range for potential long or short. And I would prefer to position long inside, especially with this market recovery. It looks beautiful. BA. All right. BA had bad news yesterday that they're going to slow production of their 737s or whatever it was. And then we closed with this 15-minute tightening pattern. We closed. So I think that we could play a potential short looking at the top fish of 23757 or 23830. This has been a beautiful move up. Daily is extremely overbought. Weekly's not overbought yet, but we're looking for a weekly lower high and a monthly lower high. So I like a top fish of BA against 237.57, somewhat playing off this bad news. They had a great recovery after the bad news, but how much buying power did they use up to push it back up to this level, and will 237.57 fail? I like this for a short. Gotcha. Awesome. 1 second. Just 1 second. Okay, looking at BABA. Is it still gapping up? Yes, BABA is gapping up. So gap rules apply here. And what I'm looking for is we have enough room now for a 4-hour high or low. And this is me dumpster diving on BABA. I like BABA overall. It got some bad news saying PDD is cutting into its market share. We lost the monthly support. But I'm looking to see, is this where we can put in a 4-hour high or low and actually turn the ship around? And I like that we're gapping up. If we can come back and hold 72.37 as our support, that could be a long signal. But you got to play these things tight because you're really on a broken chart and you're trying to, don't give it too much benefit of the doubt. Make it prove it to you and hold that high of yesterday. Oxy, looking at it on the monthly chart, your support's 55.56. Yesterday, we held 55.84. Exxon, looking at the monthly. Your support, 98.50. We broke it by 41 cents yesterday. So we're still here at the 21 EMA on the monthly. So I like Exxon for a long attempt with oil at support. And I told y'all to remember my oil narrative when we got to these charts so it would make sense to you, because otherwise you're like, what's Lori smoking? These charts look terrible. Oxy looks a little better than Exxon because we're holding that monthly support more clearly. We didn't break it by 41 cents like we did on Exxon. And remember, Buffett loves Oxy. And the other name I got to bring to your attention, MSOS. We're expecting HHS information anytime now. A news release saying that they are rescheduling marijuana. This looks like a 1-hour potential cup and handle. I like this long, and I will be looking at leaps. Actually, let me look at leaps right now with you and see what I like. They will be priced differently at open, but right now at least I could look at the implied vol. 1 second. Yikes, we got some high implied vol. So $7. I like the $8 leaps for January 24th. So let me, this is for MSOS. I like, this sometimes doesn't work for me. I don't know what I do wrong, but I like this right here. Do y'all see it? So your implied vol is still a little high at 113%. Forget that percentage. Your implied vol is still over 100%. I don't like that, but I mean, I would have to bid toward the lower bid versus the ask. Here's the bid and here's the ask. Sorry. I need to do this all over again, huh? So I would go closer to the bid at 97 cents for the $8 calls for January 19th for MSOS. That's likely how I will play this potential news speculation. It'll be a binary event, and I am willing to lose all. That's how I trade leaps. I don't trade them as if my family's life is dependent on it. It's just a lotto, and I treat it as such. So that's what I'll probably be looking at on MSOS January 19th, 2024 leaps, looking at the $8 calls. Lost my chat. MMed. Well, I normally do MNMD, but I'll do this one for you. Pulling back pretty hard here, looking for a daily high or low. Yeah, we're looking for a daily high or low, pretty big pullback. Hourly got oversold, so this may be the area to look for that daily high or low. YUMC. Yeah, IWM is mooning, but you know what? Success is, man, we got a lot of people on one side of the boat on IWM, so it kind of scares me. Okay, but I'll go look at it for you. Hey. Monthly high or low possible compared to 38.12. This thing looks pretty bad. Weekly oversold. This may be the area to start scouting it. I'm thinking lotto as in I'm going to hold this for a couple weeks, not just for today, green eggs and Cam. Sorry if that's what I intimated. That's not what I meant. It does look pretty good. What's RTY? Yeah, RTY, nice recovery. Nice recovery. Markets are recovering very nicely from that initial sell-off. We're up here at the high. Let's see. So now I told y'all we mark the high of the reaction and the low of the reaction, and how we break from there is very telling. If we can break above 464050, that is very telling for the market bulls. Then we need to go deal with 4650. Sure, I'll look at Zoom. This is Zoom. Mooning means it's going up. It's going up really high. It's moving fast. So Zoom is looking for a weekly lower high, odds favorite. Looking for a weekly lower high, and this could be a 4-hour rising wedge. I would not be looking to short this with the market bullish. I would not look to short it, but if the market were to look bearish, you could possibly top fish for a weekly lower high. All right, that's it for me. I'm going to wrap it up right here and right now. It's been a week and a half. It's only been a week, but it feels like a week and a half. I've tried to give you my best. I hope you've learned something. Please hit the like button. There are 340 of you and only 106 likes. Hit that like button. Go give me a follow on Twitter, please, at ChartGalLori. We also have a new PDF in the YouTube description of how to use EMAs and mastering the strategies. And also you have what is on my chart, like what do these yellow candles mean? That's also in the PDF explanation on the YouTube description. If you're out there on TradingView watching this, hello. Come check us out at TCG at thechartguys.com. Love you all. I'll be in the room all day long. And use stop losses.